Hello, storytellers. Welcome back to Storytelling Tarot. This is Jeida K story, and I'm so excited to be back. Now, if you are following me on Instagram, which I hope you are, you can find me over on Instagram at Storytelling Tarot. I posted a poll the other day in which I asked if you all were enjoying the Tell Me Something Good, where I talked about the good things that you could expect for the month of March. And if you preferred that over the March predictions, similarly to what I did in February. And once I ran the numbers, you all said that you enjoyed both. So, what I'm doing today is we're halfway through the month, so we're going to just do like a check in. We're just going to see like what's coming toward you, what's in store for you for the rest of the month. And so, going forward, we will do the monthly live where I go through each zodiac sign, and then we'll also have a pick a card just like this one so that you have some variety, some things to choose from. If you want to watch your astrological sign, then that will be available. But if you're like, I'd rather just watch my pick a card, that's easier for me, then you have both options. So that's what we are doing today. Of course, I want to stop here and welcome you to Storytelling Tarot. If this is your first time, thank you so much for being here with me. And if you are already one of the storytellers, I'm so glad to have you back with me. I truly appreciate all of you who support the channel, who watch me, who leave comments, who like the channel. It means so much to me. If you are interested in booking a one-on-one reading with me, the information is located in the description box below. If you want to sit down with me, you can purchase either a recorded reading that's a lot like this one, or we can do a live on Zoom. So whichever fits the bill for you, those options are available, and you can check out what I have to offer. And without further ado, you know how we do this. We have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, whichever one is calling to you. If more than one is calling to you, then you can watch more than one. There are no rules other than the ones that you make for yourself. So, without further ado, we're going to get into chapter 1. Hello, my chapter ones. Welcome to what's in store for you for the rest of March. This is a little bit of predictions, a little bit more of reading the energy. We want to see like what's the vibe, what's it giving. So let's get into your major theme for the next 2 weeks, and we have justice. Ooh, the truth will make you free. My chapter one is the truth will make you free. Ooh, I just really sense that like for some of y'all, it feels like I just start feeling like this tickle in my throat. And so I'm wondering like, thinking like of throat chakra. So I'm thinking of like, what are the things that you may have been sitting on? Like, what are the things that you know that actually need to be spoken in this moment, in this hour? What conversations do you need to have with people that, will kind of bring light to a situation? I'm wondering, like, ooh, of course, we know that justice is not biased, and justice sides on, um, leans toward the side of truth, regardless of which side you're on. And so, justice always comes to wake us up a little bit, to let us know that we have to make sure that we are moving with integrity, that we are not shying away from. What I'm hearing is not shying away from what's looking at us in the mirror. For some reason, like I just started hearing Michael Jackson, "Man in the Mirror." Something about starting with the man in the mirror, starting with the person who is looking back at you. And so, with the Justice card, it also can speak to us about karma and lessons coming back around, or themes, and situations coming back around, so that we get another chance to kind of deal with them from a new place, a grounded place where we're not biased, where we're not emotional, where we're not easily swayed, but now we have a clearer view, a more elevated view of what is going on. So that's kind of what I'm getting from justice. It just feels like we're going to be dealing with a lot of truth telling, a lot of truth giving, for you, my chapter ones. Let's see what else we have for what's coming toward you, or what is in store for you. For some of you, there may be like some legal matters that may be dealt with. What I'm hearing is in your favor. So, oh, that's a lot of cards. Okay. Let's just get 4. Yeah, I'm hearing that maybe for some of you, maybe some legal matters. Be mindful when you're driving, chapter 1. Make sure you're wearing your seatbelt, being careful out there on the roads. Just because I tend to think of like run-ins with the law. We want to make sure everybody is safe and all of that. Let's see here. This one's drawing my eye. This one. You want to come out too, so come on, hang out. All right, let's see what we got. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Ace of Cups. And the 6 of Cups. Yeah, I said that I feel like things are going to come back around for y'all. So chapter 1, what I'm seeing with the 6 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, it feels like what I'm hearing is that old thing coming back. It could be like a relationship, maybe like a best friend, a family member, someone from your past. Seems like they're going to come back around. And it feels like what's coming this time, though, is like if things were like, if you felt like you were treated unfairly, or maybe things ended sourly and you want another chance, it feels like you're getting another chance in these next couple of weeks. Something feels like it's coming back around for you this time, where you can see it in a different light. And also, like, there seems to be a new appreciation for it. There seems to be a new like zest or zeal for it. You're showing up as the 9 of Pentacles, and so this shows your maturity. This shows that you're not the same person that you were before. And so like things have changed. Look at this. Your story is you've reached maturity. Things have changed for you now, and now you have a new fresh perspective of the love that you desire and deserve, of the opportunities, your dreams, all of those things. And so with the 6 of Cups, this is like you getting another chance. This is like you may have thought that, a certain ship has sailed, but Spirit seems to be bringing it back around for you. And the Justice card, like I said, can speak about like that karma. It can speak about you learning lessons or repeating lessons so that this time you can get a different grade. I love that. Okay, let's see what else. Let's get some clarifiers on each one of these. Let's get some clarifiers. I want this one. Let's do it like that. Yep. Yep. So far we have Temperance. We have the 3 of Wands. We have, for the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess. Yep. And then for the 6 of Cups, we have Justice again. Yeah. Okay, chapter 1. Something is definitely coming around for you again. And this time, it feels like if you were the one who was mistreated, I feel like some of y'all are getting apologies. Some of y'all, you're going to have someone come back and say, you know what? I did not do it. I did not treat you the way you should have been treated. I did not value you the way that you should be valued, but I've seen my ways, and I'm turning it around. Wow, that's beautiful. And then when I talked about your maturity now, the way that you have blossomed, and you've done this on your own. The 9 of Pentacles is someone who's self-made, and so a part of your growth lesson has been the Temperance is showing how you have not allowed yourself to be tossed to and fro. Instead, you have found how to, I love the Temperance because it always reminds us that we can be grounded and in flow, that we are not dealing with excess, but there is a perfect balance. And so that is where I feel like you are coming from now. That's how you're seeing this particular situation. So I feel like what's coming in for you, yes, with the Wheel of Fortune, we see that new opportunities are coming in. But again, I feel like not only are these opportunities new, it feels like it feels like a connection. Even this particular depiction We have these two wands. It looks like they're moving toward this single wand here in the background, and so it's like it feels like, yes, opportunities coming toward you, but for some of you, this is like relationships. Like these are people coming back to say, hey, we want to fix what was broken. We want to restore what happened. And even if it's not a complete restoration of a relationship, what it feels like is still getting it right, or you finally getting the upper hand where you have been, like I said, treated unfairly. And then we have what's clarifying the Ace of Cups is the High Priestess. I said before that it feels like you are receiving like this new perspective. You're receiving like this rush of love and rejuvenation, and it's informed by the High Priestess, who is sitting in a place of knowing, like uh, they are not intimidated by what they see in the natural because they have insight. They are connected to spirit and intuition, and so like they're sitting on their throne and they're just chilling. They're just chilling. They know that they're covered, and they what I love about the High Priestess too is that they keep their own secrets. And so something about your growth is not something that you are like broadcasting to the world. Like, I feel like you, for some of y'all have like some things going on in your career. The Three of Wands also speaks to that. It speaks about opportunities coming in for you. Some of y'all may even be traveling, doing some traveling in the next couple of weeks of March. And so with this energy of opportunities coming in and taking a chance on yourself, the High Priestess is someone who's like moving in silence. They don't have to prove what they know or what they see. They're just living in it, living in their full authority. And so if this is regarding a relationship for you, chapter one, I don't think that you're chasing behind anybody. I don't think that you are like waiting for an apology or even expecting one. I feel like you're just doing you. And if it comes, like it's really just going to take you by surprise. You're just going to be like, oh wow, that's really nice. But I don't think that you don't seem too pressed by it. I really feel like you are focused on making sure you're good, making sure you're progressing. And so yeah, I definitely want to know, for those who chose chapter one, how that shakes out for you. Let's see what else Spirit has to reveal that may be coming toward you for the last couple weeks of this month. Okay, that one wanted to hang out, and I'm really feeling this one right here. We have love partnership, ooh, and parenting. All right, so this could absolutely be regarding a couple of things are coming up for me. So the Six of Cups could be speaking about an ex that may be coming back to make things right, or try to rekindle things. Um, but what I'm also getting too with the parenting card is I talked about like the Justice card speaking about like karma and learning or repeating lessons. And so it feels like for people here in chapter one, that is going to be a major theme for you for the next couple of weeks is not only like if you actually have children, to be very gentle. I'm thinking about the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups, which can, the Six of Cups can speak about children. They're usually very young people, so it can also speak about twins. So if you have some twins in your life, it could be pointing to being in relationship with them, closer relationship with them. But more generally speaking, it could be about us reconnecting with our inner children and how we are parenting them differently from the way that our natural parents parented us. And so I feel like that's already probably been a part of your work, chapter one. I feel like, especially with this temperance card and the gentleness that's there. And as I say, you've been coming into maturity. And so we have the parenting card here that is almost pointing to that, that now you're no longer a child. You are now in a place of parenting. You've learned how to nurture yourself. You're learning how to nurture others. And that's why the Ace of Cups is here, is to show that growth. It's to show that change in you. And so it just feels like that's going to be a major theme for the next couple of weeks for you. But again, with this love partnership, I would not be surprised that if you do have someone reemerge, come back into your life, if there's some type of reunion, some type of reconnection, I wouldn't be surprised if it is an ex-lover, or it could even be your own parent, someone you haven't spoken to in a really long time. Some type of relationship that had been distant. I feel that there's going to be some type of reconnection. Okay, let's see what other oracle messages we can get for you. And if you are enjoying this message, I would love if you could press that thumbs up button and show some support. That is a free way to let me know that you're enjoying the reading. Okay, let's see what we have. Increase your knowledge and step into the spotlight. Okay, so who in this group is in law school? Because I just heard that, like, when I'm looking at this, increase your knowledge, I'm wondering how many people are actually here in law school, because we have the justice card here. But with increasing your knowledge, it says education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. And that could also be tied to the parenting card. For some people, there may actually be like a mentor in your life, or like a godparent, someone that you look to for guidance. But honestly, what's coming through for me is it feels like no matter where you are on your growth journey, you want to keep going. I keep talking about you maturing and going from, doing the work of staring the man or the person in the mirror, and that self-reflection and that growth. And so I feel like this increase your knowledge is just, for me, is just speaking about not necessarily like book knowledge, but also just learning more about yourself. And the step into the spotlight really feels like, to me, speaking about you, shining the light on those shadows, shining the light on those areas in your heart that still need tending to. So for the next couple of weeks, chapter 1, I really see you focusing on those aspects of your life as you are doing the alchemizing work that we see in the temperance card, of weighing what you see in your heart and your life, and determining what needs to be released and then what can be embraced. And I just think that fits so beautifully with all of these like cup cards. You have a lot of this watery energy on the table, and just feels like a good time to be releasing and cleansing and nourishing. And so that step into the spotlight, yes, of course, it can be about you, having things to say. And like I said at the beginning, some of you, that is exactly true, because there are some things that do need to be talked about. There are some things that do need to be addressed. And so this may be your time to do that. So I would not be surprised if for some of you, you're having those very meaningful conversations, because you have Justice here, who's talking about getting to the truth of the matter, paying attention to something that may have been ignored. But for some of you, a small few, I really feel like that step into the light is speaking about you taking a really good look at yourself, a really good look at the shadowy parts that need some extra tender love. All right, let's get a couple of prediction cards and tea leaves, and then we will close your reading out. First card, you have a meeting with a stranger could be important. Yep, that feels like the Three of Wands energy, with those opportunities coming in. Whoa, so many cards. Do we need all of these? Okay, they said no, not all those cards. All right, I'm going to actually put them all back. Let's just shuffle again. I just want like 2 more cards. Spirit, can you tell me what else is in store for the rest of March for my chapter ones? Just that one. Okay, so it says, be careful, do not take risks. This to me is kind of, when I was saying some people, there may be some legal things. I just usually think it's about run-ins with the law. So I would just say, just be very careful on the roads. Just be very careful. Be mindful of your surroundings. And you should accept valid criticism. And again, that feels just like the looking at the man in the mirror, stepping into the spotlight and seeing yourself for who you are, and also like loving that part of you. When we put something under a flashlight, I know when we think of interrogation, it has a negative connotation, but when we actually see ourselves as ourselves, that's an invitation to love even more deeply, to give ourselves compassionate grace. And again, when we see the truth of ourselves, it doesn't have to be a scary thing. It can be empowering. It can be loving. It can be sweet. And that's exactly what I see for you, chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we'll see you next time. Hello, chapter 2. Welcome to your What's in Store for the rest of March reading. I'm so excited to be looking at some of the energies that are coming toward you in the next couple of weeks, and hoping that this will be encouraging for you and give you a little insight. So we're going to look at your major theme for the next 2 weeks. You have the Hierophant. Okay, so I really feel like some of y'all are focusing on, there's a lot of things going on with work. There's a lot of things going on with work, a lot of things going on with like the world at large, honestly. I know that some people have been paying attention to what's been going on with the banks. So I don't know if this is like something that is affecting you, but I'm definitely seeing like a focus on structures. For some of you, this is like not just work. This could be school. This could also be like religious structures. But this could also be you stepping into leadership, you stepping into a place of prominence where people are paying attention to what you have to say. And they are open. They're like the Hierophant has loyal subjects who are hanging on to their every word because they know that the Hierophant has something that they need to know, need to understand. And so you hold the keys. And so I'm wondering what else we can learn about what you are getting into for the rest of March. Let's see. One more good shuffle, and then we will pull 4 cards. I want that one, this one, this one, and no. All right, I'm laughing because I'm always wondering if people will wonder, like, how did she choose the cards? They're random, but they're not. All right, you have the 7 of Swords. Ooh. 8 of Swords, okay. Justice. The Moon. All right. Oh, so for some of y'all, this does feel like it may be related to work because it feels like there's some shady things going on. Feels like there's some shady things going on because we have the 7 of Swords and we have the Moon. And the 7 of Swords already has this, message of things being hidden and things being, being lies and deceit. And the Moon has that, things are obscure. We can't really see everything for what it is. Whether this is your school or your job, it definitely feels like you're in a situation that you don't really feel comfortable in anymore. It feels like some of you are staying here. We talked about the Hierophant at the beginning about loyal subjects, and for some reason they're standing out to me now. And these 2 individuals, I'm wondering, like, are they loyal? Or do they feel obligated to be there? Do they feel like they actually don't have agency or choice? And it's reminding me a lot of this Eight of Swords. It feels like this person is like they can free themselves from this bondage, but they don't. They stay. Because maybe there is this idea that it's safer for me to stay bound in this situation than to go out of these bounds, to go outside of this confinement. But justice is here, and justice is here to say that wherever there have been lies, deceit, over promising on things that you can't deliver on, trying to save face to survive because you need that job so you can live, it feels very constricting, this environment. But justice is here to say, you're not going to be able to ignore the truth forever. And there are some things that are being hidden right now, being obscured, being pressed down. And so, you know me, when I see the Seven of Swords, it's not only lies and deceit, right? The Seven of Swords also speaks about our weapons of warfare and taking them up. The weapons are, in our mind, strategy. It's our means of survival, especially if you happen to be in this group and you are of any type of marginalized group, whether you're Black or a non-Black person of color, whether you're queer, trans. The Seven of Swords is a message to us about how we can use strategy and mental fortitude to survive, even in the midst of suffocating systems. Let me get some clarity on this chapter 2, because I'm trying to figure out what this means for y'all. Because I just see like a lot of empty promises from people around you. I see a lot of empty promises, and I see you wanting something different, but not really knowing how. Yep, look at that. Eight of Cups. Some of y'all are ready to leave a job. Some of y'all are ready to leave a group. Some of y'all are ready to leave some of y'all are ready to walk away. Like this, like I said, it's this, the Moon card here is speaking about like, even when truth comes, even when the hammer comes down, and this Justice card, like you still don't really know what it means for you. Now, what do I do now? What do I do after this? For some of y'all, you may have even already left this job or left this church or left this group, or you've walked away from whatever this structure is, whatever this system is, whatever was holding you back that's been long standing. For some of y'all, this could even be a relationship or a marriage. It seems like for some of you, you actually have done the walking away already, but it's just like not knowing what's next. Let's see what else. Yeah. The Two of Swords is clarifying the Eight of Swords. Yeah. It's that feeling trapped, and then I feel trapped. I know I got to get out of here. I know I feel confined, but I'm not sure exactly which way to go. Ooh. Because just as when the truth comes in, you are given the option to chart a new path, to move forward. So for the next couple of weeks, my chapter 2s, you are taking a leap of faith, and you are leaving something and moving forward in a way that you did not see possible before. Because we see you saying, okay, I'm going to do this, but I actually don't know which direction. Okay, but I'm going to take the leap anyway. Because I cannot unsee the truth. I cannot unhear this knowing. I have to go. Okay. Nine of Swords. The Moon card speaks of uncertainty, and I see you being torn up about it. Torn up. Oh, my chapter 2s. This is heavy. This is heavy. Because this is sleepless nights. I'm not sure if this was the right decision. I'm not sure if taking the leap of faith is going to caused me to come to an unexpected end. Which is why the Eight of Swords is here. Sometimes it feels better to stay confined. So much air energy. Justice. Eight of Swords. Seven of Swords. Two of Swords. Nine of Swords. We need some grounding, chapter 2. So I'm going to ask you, how can you ground yourself in the next couple of weeks? How can you find ways to bring your mind to a place that, like, how can you easily help your mind find rest? Is your body resting? The Nine of Swords, again, those sleepless nights and insomnia and nightmares and anxiety. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening in the world. I'm hearing for some of you, it may even be that you lost a job, not that you walked away from it of your own volition, but that you were let go. And so now you're fearful because you don't know what to do now. You didn't know that you needed, a plan. You didn't know this was going to happen. And so as Dana Lynn Knuckles, the People's Oracle, would say, we must share the burden of survival. And so with these cards on the table, I'm going to ask you, who are the people who share the burden of survival with you? Do you have anyone? Is there anyone? Even if it's just someone to hold your hand as you grieve, as you move through the reality of what's happening now. Spirit, what advice do you have for everyone who is in chapter 2? What advice do you have for them? The Four of Swords, of course. Rest, if you can. Rest your mind. Take some time for yourself. Don't feel that you have to spring right into action. Honor what you're feeling, even if the feeling is fear. If you feel afraid, you can acknowledge that fear is there. Share it with someone you love and say, I'm afraid. Ask them, can you hold my hand? Can you talk to me? Can you remind me it's not going to always be like this? Can you remind me that there's going to be a better tomorrow? Let's see, and this one, the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups asks us to remember and recall. It asks us to reconnect with what we already know, what we already love. And so, if there is a loved one who you can reach out to, someone who's tried and true, connection is going to help you move through this. Because like I said, quoting Dana Lynn Knuckles, survival is a shared burden. It is not an individual obligation. It is not all on you. And I know you feel like it is, but the truth is, it's not all on you. The Six of Cups also means that you can call on your ancestral help, your unseen support, your angels, your guides. How can they assist you and be with you during this time? Because it is a transition. You're taking a new chance on yourself. And so you're going to need some help. Let's see, what other messages can we get? Detoxify. This goes right in line to me with the Four of Swords is, removing everything that was toxic. If you've been in that environment where I said it just feels like, it feels like such a bad situation. Whether you were let go from the relationship, from the job, from the scenario, or if you were the one who made the choice to walk, there still has to be a rehabilitation time so that you can be cleansed thoroughly. And then we have take a reality check, which for me means rather than harping on all of the negative things that either could happen or have happened. How can we actually ground ourselves in this moment? Interesting that it's the full moon and Capricorn card. So yes, we need more in earth energy, Taurus, asking for some grounding, asking for the all of these swords can kind of keep us up in the air. And Spirit is saying that what you need now for the next couple of weeks and maybe even more is to find a way to bring your feet to the ground. And sometimes it takes our friends and our loved ones to help us do that. This does not have to be a solitary event or activity. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have push through any insecurity. Push through. Because this Nine of Swords energy can absolutely make us feel like, make us feel bad, make us feel shame, cause us to wallow in our pain. And there's nothing wrong with doing that, right? But there's a way for us to grieve without bashing ourselves, without denigrating ourselves. There's a way for us to grieve and give ourselves so much compassion and grace. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell me? What is coming toward on chapter 2s? It says that a wish is being granted. So something that you've wanted is on the way. And sometimes it takes like these hard things to happen to kind of push out the negative so we can get what we want. It's talking about disappointment in a friend or a lover. Like I said, for some of you, what's happening could be issues with a marriage. And then you have Barrow. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. But I want you to look at the bottom. It says you're on the right path. So even with disappointments, chapter 2, Spirit is saying they still got you, that you're still on the right path. You can still trust yourself. You are still lovely. You are still worthy. You are like an arrow shooting through the sky. And so, yeah, we see there may be some things in your life that just are not panning out the way you wanted to. There may be disappointment in someone, but we also see you getting something that you've been working on, something that you've been hoping for. Because even in the midst of all the things that seem to be very heavy this month, you are on the right path. You are. And so I want to ask one more question as we close. Spirit, what's something good that, one of my favorite questions to ask, what's something good? Okay, the Tower. Something good coming toward my chapter 2s is the Tower. Anytime I see the Tower, I want to know what's on the other side of the Tower. This one, death, okay? Chapter 2, you are going through a mighty transition. You are going through a mighty transition, but Spirit is saying that this is something good for you. Again, with the wish being granted, this is a major realignment. For some, it may feel like tremors. For others, it may feel cataclysmic. On the other side of the Tower is transformation, is rebirth. You are not going to stay in this season of the Nine of Swords. That is temporary. And Spirit, can you show me lastly, after their rebirth, show me what they will look like for my chapter 2s. This one, the Ten of Swords with the Magician on the bottom. Chapter 2, these are quite some heavy cards. But I know that means that you are on the precipice of something powerful. And if The spirit is saying that what's good for you is that this tower is coming to change things and shake it up so that you can go through a rebirth, so that there will be the end of something that has been painful, the end of a painful situation, the end of a taxing situation, the end of pressure, the end. It's over. So this change, I know, feels drastic. But look at who you are becoming at the end of it. The magician. In your power, full of potential and possibilities, strong and creative, magnetic and graceful. So the process to getting to the magician may feel very painful. Remember, even when things are ending, we still need healing and help. We do not become the magician on our own. We always have people with us. And so I am going to remind you to cling to your community as these changes are coming. But know the end result is the magician. That is who you are. That is the end result. All right, my chapter 2s. I hope that was helpful for you. We'll see you next time. All right, my chapter 3s. Welcome to what's in store for you for the rest of the month of March. I am excited to get into this. I hope that you are ready as well. We're going to look at the overall energies for the next couple of weeks and just pull some cards to see what you can glean. Let's see what the main energy is for you. Okay, so we have changes afoot. We have transformation and things, old things passing away and new things coming in. So the question is, are you ready? Are you ready, my chapter 3s? Are you ready to finally let go of what has been trying to keep itself attached to you? Are you finally ready to lighten your load, to become the person you have been praying that you would turn into, to see newness and beautiful things blossoming all around you? It's time to let go of some weight. And it seems like the next couple of weeks of this month, there's going to be some shedding that's necessary for your growth. Let's see what else we can get for you. Let's get one more. Okay, let's see what else is going on for you, my chapter 3s. We have the Chariot, the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Moon. All right. There's a lot of movement in this group, and even in the spread, there's a lot of movement. So I feel like the changes that are coming in for you, chapter 3, I feel like they're going to come swiftly. We have the Chariot and the Six of Wands, which speaks that it's going to be successful. This change is going to bring about a lot of success and change, and I feel like it's going to bring in some new relationships and connection. But I feel like the first connection is going to be with you. Like, you're going to be reconnecting with yourself in a deeper way, especially with the Moon card here. This usually speaks to us about, for me, I like to think about the ways in which we integrate what is wild about us and what's tame about us. And so it feels like you are being reacquainted with yourself as you are moving through these changes that the Death card is bringing about. For some of you, it feels like you're starting over completely. It feels like a starting over. So I don't know if some of y'all are like planning to move or relocate or go to a different job. There definitely is like something that's shifting. It's like a change of scenery for some of you. Yeah, it just feels like it's about to open up like new doors and pathways for y'all. Okay, yeah, let's get some clarifying cards here to see what else we can learn about what's coming for chapter 3s. want to clarify the Chariot, Princess of Cups. Whatever you're moving toward, it feels really good. I wonder too if like some of you are like visiting your childhood home, just because we have the Princess of Cups here with the Chariot. I'm just wondering if like if any of you are like visiting home. Um, oh, now we have the Princess of Swords. Okay, let's get two more cards. With the Two of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, and then with the Moon, we have the Queen of Cups. So, what I'm definitely seeing is that you are becoming more decisive. I see you rising in your power and speaking up for yourself. With the Princess of Swords and the Six of Wands, you being someone who it feels like, maybe you have previously not been someone who would, make a big fuss or stand out, and be seen or be heard, or you rather, let me back it up because I'm getting tongue tied. Because and that's kind of what I'm trying to say is that previously you may have been someone who believed it was better to be seen and not heard, but now it feels like you're standing in a place, or as you're going through this transition for the next couple of months, it feels like you're going to be given some type of spotlight or some type of position with the Six of Wands where you are being deemed as like important. People want to hear what you have to say. And so I believe with this Two of Cups and the Ace of Swords that it's actually going to give you new opportunities. Like people are going to say, "Hey, that's a really good idea. Can you write that down? Hey, I want to start working with you. Can we get into a contract?" This Ace of Swords and Two of Cups can be, like starting a new contractual agreement between two parties that could be coming toward you all. Y'all. When I asked if you were ready, I really feel like some big things may be getting ready to be like there's some things cooking for this particular group. You have the Queen of Cups and the Moon, and usually when I see the Moon, I think of intuition, and the Queen of Cups is also very intuitive and creative and very sensitive. For me, these two cards are speaking to like a very emotional. I feel like a lot of emotions will likely come up for you as you're going through this new phase over the next couple of weeks. A lot of emotions, a lot of heavy things that may come up, especially as things are changing, especially if you're not used to being seen or heard. It may bring up some things that to the surface that you have to face and confront. And so the energy of the Queen of Cups is about having like proper boundaries around that, knowing like which parts of yourself to share and which parts of yourself to reserve for yourself. And that feels like it's going to be really important, especially as you go through this um, death phase. Okay, I'm going to see what else we have coming in for you, my chapter threes. What other messages we can glean for you. Take that one and this one. Step up and lead. Cannot make this up. Step up and lead and make time for self-love. Yeah, that does also feel very important. This kind of goes back to the Two of Cups when I was saying it feels like you are reuniting with yourself, and also with the Princess of Cups, we can't negate the emotional wonder. I usually tie that card to inner child healing, and if you haven't gotten a chance, maybe you should watch my inner teen healing reading. So yeah, this is talking about making time for yourself over the next couple of weeks, loving on yourself. Um, what I like to call, rather than self love, I like to say self adoration, just because adoration just has like this very concentrated focus um, that I feel is so important because it's more intentional. It's more than just like, taking a pretty bath with flowers and all of that. Not knocking a bath. I definitely love baths, but there's something about when you commit to adoring yourself. Like committing to speaking sweetly to yourself, committing to being gentle and tender with yourself. Like that goes beyond, going to the spa. That's real shadow work, and that speaks also, to the moon as well. Because when we talk about integrating our parts, we're talking about the light and the shadow. We're talking about the parts that you like and the parts that you have problems with. So this is saying, like, love all of that, adore all of that. And then you have step up and lead. That is just amazing to me. Step up and lead. Because, yeah, I definitely see you getting some shine in the next couple of weeks. So get ready, get ready, get ready, chapter 3. Let's see what else we can glean for you. Let's get maybe one of these. Manifestation. What have you been praying for? I said at the beginning that you're getting ready to become the person you've been praying for. Spirituality. Yeah. I said in the beginning, you're about to become the person you've been praying for. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for the change? Because it's coming. And your spirituality is also going to be very important for you over the next couple of weeks and beyond. I'm saying a couple of weeks, but also beyond. The Queen of Cups, I spoke about them being intuitive. They're also highly spiritual. And so that is going to be important for you to tap into as you go through this transformation, this death and rebirth. Is remembering that death is never the end. Our spirituality reminds us of this, that it's never the end. This is actually just a new beginning, that we just have to move through the dark spaces to get to the other side. So let's pull some, maybe 2 or 3. Ooh, okay. All of these, that's way more than 2 or 3, but we're going to take them. We have celebration, fun, enjoyment. We have slowly but surely getting ahead. We have a major challenge to overcome, and taking a vacation physically or mentally. So yeah, as we're talking about you having this major challenge, I honestly feel like the major challenge is tied to that, you getting comfortable being seen, being heard. That's what it feels like for me. But you are getting ahead. You're moving forward. There's growth here. We see that, and honestly, the card says slowly but surely, but I actually said that it seemed like it was going to move very fast. Personally, it feels like it's moving very fast. And we see celebration, fun, and enjoyment. The 6 of Wands is a card of visibility. So we definitely see there's something that you are being celebrated for. I'm seeing people patting you on the back, giving you your props. And then I said that there may be some people going on vacation or going on a trip. So there's the hammock is speaking about taking a vacation, physically or mentally. So I just feel like there's a lot of movement for you, my chapter 3s, over the next couple of weeks. I don't know if y'all going on spring break or doing something like that. Let me just see. Let me just pull one final card for the major challenge to overcome. What advice, Spirit, do you have for my chapter 3s regarding the major challenge that they have to overcome? Yeah, Queen of Wands, be in your power. Know what you got. You got 2 queens on the table now. Know that you are in control and in power. And if this is regarding work, the Queen of Wands is definitely the person that you want to have on your side at work. They are someone who they can fire everybody up. They also know that they carry the fire. They don't have to the way that I think of the Queen of Wands is they carry fire. They don't have to make fire, if that makes sense. So you are the heat. So know that if you are working through whatever it is you're working through, know that you bring the fire, you bring the heat, you bring the je ne sais quoi, you bring the special ingredient, you got the special sauce. You have all of that, and that's important for you to know. And that's how you're going to make it through any challenge that you find yourself in over the next couple of weeks. All right, my chapter 3s, I hope that was helpful for you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let the folks know that you liked it. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your month, and we will see you in the next video.